I'm here ready to record a video, and then my dogs, of course, decide to start playing and barking. Show of hands, who talks to their dogs like they're children? Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Tina Marie J. So, I know you guys have seen some videos in the past where I talked about going back to church and why I don't pray anymore and different things like that. And my journey is kind of like just a couple of little curves. When you leave religion, you tend to go through this path that's not necessarily straight yet because you're just learning who you are. And not only are you learning who you are, but you're learning how to be comfortable with who you are without feeling guilty or shameful about it. This rings especially true for those of you who have been a part of Christianity your entire life or for majority of your life. Some months back, I made a video about me returning to church and how I liked the church, and it was new, it was very different, it wasn't cult-like at all. So recently, I actually stopped going to church. Just to put it out there, me not attending Sunday services has absolutely nothing to do with the church itself. I also stopped attending community group, which we usually have every other Saturday. It's been a little bit like uncomfortable for me because I'm uncomfortable when I go, and then I'm uncomfortable when I don't go, because then I feel like people are gonna question, why is Tina not here? So I just kind of stopped going, and I talked to myself and I was like, you know what? I know people are going to question and people are going to ask me, what's going on? You haven't been coming. And for myself, this is a challenge that I need to take up. And the way that I'm going to do that is by being 100% honest and saying, I'm not a believer anymore. I just have different beliefs, and it's not right for me to attend when I don't feel like I can connect to this. That pretty much sums it up. Basically, the way it started was I had one Sunday that I woke up and decided I don't want to go to church today, and I stayed home. And then I did it again the following Sunday, and then the Sunday after that I think I went to church. But then I realized that day when I went to church that I was really wasting my time going because I didn't want to be there, and nothing resonated with me, nothing at all. You know, I do think that churches and like some sermons can pull up things, or even the Bible can pull up things that we can use for our life, that we can use as tools, that is like could give you some wisdom, or it could be a little thought provoking, and those things are okay. I'm cool with that. But for the most part, going to church on a Sunday and hearing the pastor talk about the Bible and all these different things that just doesn't relate with me or how I feel, like I just don't connect with it anymore, it didn't make sense to me to continue to go. The same thing when it comes to my community group, which like I said before, is every other Saturday. It's basically like the ICOC's version of a family group or Bible talk, but it's much better, and no cultic stuff at all. I stopped going to those, and that's pretty much it. I just stopped showing up. I am still friends with the people in my community group, but I don't attend the community group anymore. My husband still goes, and he also still goes to church on Sundays. My kids still go with my husband, and I usually just stay home and do whatever work around the house, or if I just want to use it as a lazy day to relax before I gotta go to work next day, then that's what I do. So the way that I dealt with not going to church anymore and not going to CG, which is community group, anymore with my husband, was that I just told him the truth. I was like, honestly, I don't connect with this, and I understand that you want us to go together as a family. I understand this is important for you, and I'm fine if you want to continue to take the girls, but I'm not going to go just because you want me to go, or just because you think that we need to be a family and go as a family. At this point in my journey, me going to church is like trying to get a person who is Muslim to go to a Catholic church. Like, if they're Muslim, they believe in Muslim values. They don't believe in the Catholic. They're not going to make any connection, except the only difference is I don't associate with religion, and I'm not atheist neither. I don't know what the hell I am. I believe in something, most definitely, so I don't want to call myself atheist, but I don't believe in religion. My husband is not really thrilled about it, but at the same time, he was like, you know what? I have to learn to accept and deal with the fact that this is just where you are in your life right now. Of course, I would rather you be a Christian. I would rather you make videos helping people to become Christian. I would rather you come with us to church because we are family. We should go together. But I know this isn't going to change, and I love you regardless. And I was like, thank you. When it comes to me not going to CG anymore, our community group, it is a little awkward because my husband still goes and I don't. And I feel like people in my community group are probably wondering like what happened with her, why is she not coming? I mean, they know what I went through when I was a part of the ICOC, and they know that my beliefs were shifting, but when I was in community group, I didn't really participate in any of the conversations except for the non-religious conversations. I just sat back and observed and listened, and that was it. This experience of me not going to church is different from when I stopped going to church after leaving the ICOC. The reason I didn't go to church at that time was because of my PTSD. I had PTSD anytime I would walk into a church. Even walking past a church just really bothered me, and it just irritated my soul. I was just like, I cannot. I just didn't trust anyone after leaving the ICOC, but that was something that it took a little time for me to kind of process through and to heal from. I don't regret the fact that I was going to this new church. I do feel like I did need to go. Not so much for religious purposes, but to help me heal from my trauma from the cult, and to help me to see things differently and to see things a little more clearly. And I think it also helped me to see that that was not what I wanted for my life. I was able to make some connections with some people and kind of just get a different perspectives and see things differently. I am fine with hanging out with them outside of church, but if there's anything like some sort of rally for Jesus walk that they're doing, or let's go pass out flyers, I don't want to have anything to do with that. I don't feel connected to that. I feel like I'm lying to myself if I force myself. It's like forcing myself to act like a Christian when in my heart I know I'm not a Christian. When it comes to my kids, my daughter's 12 and the other one is 9. I would say my 12-year-old understands more because I do speak to her more. I answer her questions. I try to be as honest as I possibly can. My 9-year-old, she's still young, so she only knows what we taught her. I mean, we raised her to be a Christian. She does feel like we should go as a family. You know, neither one of them really like when I don't go, and I think that's what bothers me the most, is I don't want to hurt my kids for not going to church. And it's so sad that this is how religion has to be, that if one parent decides that this is not who they are anymore or what they want, then it's kind of like, yeah, think of your kids, and you're like, oh, but how are my kids gonna feel? I don't want them to feel disappointed. It's difficult. You kind of are going to disappoint a couple of people at least that are close to you in your life if you do decide to leave a religion that you were a part of for so long. And it's probably, I think I would say, one of the most difficult things about leaving religion is disappointing the people that you love the most. That's something I'll make a video on, raising kids when you're an ex-Christian and you're married to a Christian. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that it helped anyone that was meant to help. Every time I make these videos, I make them with the intentions of hoping that it is going to reach the ears of someone who definitely needs to hear the message. Down below, tell me what your story is. Tell me what it is that you're going through as a person who is exiting or has recently exited religion. Down below in the description box, you will find my email, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as my 12-week coaching program. I coach people who have left religion or who were a part of a cult, and I also have a coaching program for those who want to change their mindset. If you go on my website, which is also down below, you will find the link to join my email list. And I also have a Beautiful Souls Facebook group for those of you who have just left a cult or left religion. Come and join us at Beautiful Souls. I'll see you in the next video. Love you all so much.